I do not believe it should be a criminal offence to use Dagga for personal use. Absurd. I was the only MP in 1971 who voted against the so-called harshest drugs law in the world, introduced by the then Minister of Welfare, Connie Mulder. And it laid down 2 years. These were mandatory sentences. Started with the courts having the right to give a suspended sentence that was shortly afterwards removed and then had to be reinstated, the suspended sentence, because the jails were simply totally overcrowded. The courts couldn't cope and the jails couldn't cope, because the mandatory sentence was 2 years imprisonment for possession of cannabis or Dagga and 5 years for being deemed a peddler. And you were deemed a peddler if you had 115 grams in your possession. Now, there was an uproar. I was the only member then of the Progressive Party in Parliament. I voted against it. I was called somebody who was obviously keen on all the children becoming drug addicts. I mean, the most nonsensical arguments were advanced against me. When 3 years later, they had to change the Act to allow suspended sentences, I was told by one of the members who'd been particularly vindictive against me that I was proved right. So there we are. But the fact is, in our country still, it is a criminal offence and it ought to be decriminalised.